by God to the people of Judah and Israel, and they were in a place that was very similar to the people of during the time of the judges. Okay, so it's a very similar thing going on. They were actually in exile in a foreign country. Exile is not a very common word used today, but it's not the way to travel around the world. It is exile is a bad thing. They were in a place of hopelessness because of that at the time, and God didn't leave them alone. He was faithful to them. And Jeremiah came to them and said, "This is what the Lord says. When 70 years are completed for Babylon, I will come to you and fulfill my good promises to bring you back to this place. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." He has plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. No matter what your circumstances are today, God has a hope and a future for you. And perhaps you need to exercise your hope muscle by focusing on those things that I talked about today. Maybe you need to practice remembering and discovering who God is. Maybe you have to practice looking for His grace to remind you that He's with you. Maybe you need to find some purpose in what's going on. Perhaps you have to give pause to think about the big picture. Or maybe you need to allow that mystery to be a place where you trust God, that it will be a happy place where you go. Regardless of that, whatever it may be for you, He will not abandon you as He's working in you and through you to accomplish good in your life. And it may be you need to endure. You might need to change your character. But I know hope is at the end of that path for you. The two characters in the story today were Naomi and Ruth. Are you like Naomi and you need to hang on? Are you like Ruth and you need to say, you know what, I'm going to go with God? If you choose to be like Naomi and hang on, you got to remember He's a faithful God and He's going to be with you all the way. And if you are like Ruth and you choose to believe in Him, then believe in Him. Let Him be your Lord, your God, and follow Him. And either way, I believe that your story can be linked into God's story in a very powerful way that is true hope for this community. Thank you.